A single dad helped a female soldier in the rain, then she heard a knock that changed her life. Cloud with Rain Part 1, The Rainy Night. 1. The rain poured over the quiet highway like the sky itself was weeping. 2. Daniel, a single dad and former medic, drove his old pickup through the storm, eyes squinting through the wipers. 3. He wasn't supposed to be out that night, but his little daughter, Lily, had fallen asleep in the back seat after visiting her mother's grave. 4. The world outside was blurred, wet asphalt, flashing lights, and shadows that came and went. 5. Then, through the downpour, he saw her, a lone figure in uniform, drenched, standing beside a broken-down jeep. 6. She looked exhausted, soaked to the bone, yet stood tall, like someone trained never to break. 7. Daniel slowed down, headlights catching her name tag, R. Hayes. 8. She turned as his truck stopped, her hand instinctively moving to her sidearm, pure reflex. 9. Easy, Daniel called out through the rain, raising his hand. Just trying to help. 10. For a second, she hesitated. Then, exhaustion took over pride. She nodded. 11. Daniel handed her his jacket, even though he was already half-drenched himself. 12. You'll freeze out here, he said. Hop in, I'll take you somewhere dry. 13. Inside, the truck smelled faintly of coffee and engine oil. Lily stirred in her seat, opening her sleepy eyes. 14. Daddy, who's that lady? She mumbled. 15. A soldier, Daniel said softly. She's one of the good ones. 16. The soldier smiled faintly. Thanks, but I don't want to bother anyone. 17. You already are, Daniel joked gently, trying to lighten the mood. And that's okay. 18. She chuckled, the first time in days, maybe weeks. Name's Rachel. 19. Daniel, he replied. And that's Lily, my boss. 20. Rachel laughed again, looking at the little girl clutching a stuffed bear. 21. They drove in silence for a while, the sound of rain the only thing filling the air. 22. Where were you headed? Daniel asked. 23. Rachel hesitated. Nowhere, really. Just, away. 24. He didn't push. He knew that tone, he'd used it himself, years ago, after losing his wife. 25. That night, the stranger in the storm didn't know, this small act of kindness would soon save her life. 26. Daniel pulled up to a small roadside diner, the only place open in the storm. 27. He wrapped Lily in a blanket and helped Rachel inside, the bell over the door jingling softly. 28. The waitress, an older woman named Marge, raised an eyebrow. You pickin' up strays again, Danny? 29. Something like that, Daniel smiled. Coffee for 2, chocolate milk for the boss. 30. Rachel sat quietly, steam rising from her cup, staring into it like it held the answers to everything she'd lost. 31. You look like you've been through hell, Marge said kindly. 32. Rachel gave a weak smile. Afghanistan, 2 tours. Guess hell's got familiar faces. 33. Daniel's eyes met hers, the look of someone who understood. 34. I was with the 68th Medical Unit, he said. Pulled out a lot of folks from that place. 35. Her eyes widened slightly. You're a medic? Then you know what it's like. 36. He nodded. Yeah. Coming home was harder than being there. 37. Silence fell again, but this time it wasn't awkward, it was shared pain, mutual respect. 38. Lily, blissfully unaware, hummed a tune while sipping her milk. 39. She's cute, Rachel said softly. 40. Her mom used to say she's the reason I made it out alive, Daniel replied. 41. Rachel looked down, her jaw tightening. My husband didn't make it back. The house, the bills, everything fell apart. 42. Daniel's expression softened. So you kept moving? 43. She nodded. Until I ran out of places to go. 44. he leaned forward. You're not alone, you know. 45, she blinked away tears. I feel like I am. 46, that's what I thought too, he said quietly. Then Lily started drawing hearts on my coffee mugs. 47, Rachel smiled faintly. She sounds like an angel. 48, she is. A loud one, Daniel chuckled. 49, the rain outside slowed to a drizzle. But something in Rachel's chest, something heavy, began to lift. 50, she didn't know it yet, but this man and his little girl had just given her back something she thought she'd lost forever, hope. The storm cleared by morning, leaving the world washed clean. 52, Daniel offered Rachel a spare room in his small, cozy home at the edge of town. 53, she refused at first, pride still her armor. But when Lily tugged her sleeve and said, "Please stay, Miss Soldier," she couldn't say no. 54, the house smelled of fresh coffee and sawdust, with drawings taped to the fridge. 55, it wasn't fancy, but it felt safe, something Rachel hadn't felt in years. 56, days turned into weeks. Rachel helped Daniel fix things around the house, clean the garage, even teach Lily how to braid her hair. 57, she laughed again. She slept again. She started living again. 58, one morning, Daniel found her sitting on the porch, sketching something. 59, that your Jeep? He asked with a smile. 60, no, she said softly. It's my life. Trying to put it back together. 61, he sat beside her. You're doing better than you think. 62, so are you, she said. I see how you look at that photo on the shelf. 63, he followed her eyes, a picture of him, his late wife, and baby Lily. 64, she was the best part of me, Daniel whispered. 65, Rachel placed her hand gently over his. She'd be proud of the man you became. 66, from that day, something unspoken connected them, respect, pain, healing. 67, Daniel taught Rachel small-town life, how to fix fences, grill burgers, and not burn pancakes. 68, she taught him how to march again, how to stand tall, how to remember the soldier inside him. 69, Lily started calling her Aunt Rachel, and no one corrected it. 70, for the first time since the war, Rachel smiled without forcing it. 71, one evening, while Daniel was tucking Lily into bed, Rachel looked out at the darkening sky. 72, the quiet scared her, peace felt too fragile. 73, she didn't know why, but her heart whispered that something big was coming. 74, a new storm, maybe. Or maybe, a miracle. 75, and then, one night, it came, with a single knock on the door. 76, it was late. Rain again, soft, rhythmic, almost familiar. 77, Daniel opened the door, Rachel standing just behind him. 78, on the porch stood a uniformed officer, holding a soaked envelope. 79, Miss Hayes, he asked. 80, Rachel's pulse quickened. That's me. 81, the officer handed her the letter. It's from the Department of Defense. They've been trying to find you. 82, her hands trembled as she opened it. The words blurred through tears. 83, service recognition and survivor benefits approved. 84, inside was also a note from her late husband's commander, he saved 3 men before he fell. He asked me to make sure you knew he never stopped loving you. 85, Rachel's knees gave out. Daniel caught her before she hit the floor. 86, he saved them, she whispered through tears. All this time I thought. 87, Daniel held her tightly. He'd be proud you kept going. 88, the officer smiled gently. There's more. The unit is naming a relief program after him, and you're invited to help lead it. 89, Rachel looked stunned. Me? 90, you've already been doing it, Daniel said softly. Helping people heal.